Let's talk about social media and why so many persons are addicted to social media, or when they get on the platform, social media and some other sites, when they get on these platforms, they are so glued to it and they find it difficult to leave. Maybe they are moving from one platform to the other, from Facebook to Instagram to TikTok to name them. So you find yourself just doing this thing and sometimes enjoying yourself doing it. Sometimes you even struggle to cut the habit, but you are so addicted you cannot do without it. So, what causes this kind of, or what causes this kind of feeling or this kind of habit? Let's just analyze these things because these systems are well designed to give you that feeling. So, it's not just happening. So, there are some things that are responsible for that feeling. There are some things that are making you act that way. So let's analyze these things. There are about seven of them that I'm going to name here. So let's just analyze them. If you are also struggling to see how you can cut off or reduce your addiction, reduce the time you spend on these social media apps, then you need to know these things because it's by knowing these things that you can also think of a way or learn how to curb them. If you don't know these things, it will just be happening and you wouldn't even know that this is the cause. And this is how you can go about if you want to reduce your time or you want to cut the habit entirely. The first one is there is this psychological reliance on social media for connection. So many of us, we feel that if we want to connect to someone, the best place for us to meet them is social media. In fact, it's the fastest, or it's entirely different from the real world, from real connections and all that. Or social media has actually replaced, in a way, to a greater percentage, not entirely, to a greater percentage, it has replaced the real world connections that we have with people. And that's why even when you go on social media platforms and you see the connections that take place there, most times it does not translate to the real connections that take place outside the social media platforms. You can see people that are very friendly on social media, but outside social media, they are cat and dogs. You can see people that are not really connected on social media. When you see them there, you don't even think they have any relationship or they share anything in common. But out of social media platforms, you see that they have this serious connection and all that. Sometimes marriage, relationships, and all that. But there is this psychological feeling that we have that the fastest and easiest place for us to connect to people is the social media. And when we get there, in fact, it is truly fast because some persons may be far away, maybe in distant countries or places and all that, and we may not be able to get in touch with them physically. But when we get to social media platforms, in a matter of seconds, we are in their DM, we are speaking to them and all that. So that psychological feeling or that psychological reliance on social media for connection, that is one reason why so many persons, you or your neighbors, your friends, are so addicted to social media connection. That's number one. The second one is that need for you to be seen. So you want to be seen, you want people to know you, you want people to connect with you, you want to talk to people, you want to be seen by people. So that feeling of wanting to be seen makes you want to always go there. So you're dropping your pictures for people to see you, you're dropping videos, you're dropping text and all that for people to see that I'm here, I was here yesterday, I am here today. This is where I'll be tomorrow. So that feeling of wanting to be seen, that keeps you addicted. So one of the easiest way to cut off this kind of habit is trying to manage your image, trying to manage what you share. If you are this kind of person that like that secret lifestyle, you don't want to always be seen. This particular aspect of social media cannot have anything against, cannot hold you. You would easily break away from these platforms when you get there if this particular one does not is not applicable to you. So you can see when I will name all of the seven, you see that at least five of them, five, three, four, are the reasons why you are so glued to these social media platforms. And if you want to break free from these things, you need to look at those ones that concern you, and you now have to work on them. So just as I said, the second one is that feeling, that need to be seen is what makes you or anyone that you know to be so glued to social media platforms. The third one is now these social media platforms are so designed for you to be addicted. So it's not happening by accident, it's not happening by mistake. Especially there is this infinite scrolling feature that you see on social media platforms. So you are scrolling, and all that you are scrolling, they are endless. The more you scroll, the more you keep seeing those things that you are looking for. The more you scroll, the more you see more things, and they are endless. You keep seeing new ones because there are millions and thousands and some cases billions of people on these platforms. So you never get tired of seeing content. You never see you always come across different types of content. Now this will lead us, that infinite scrolling feature will lead us to the fourth reason why so many persons are glued on social media, and that's the personalized content feed. Now, social media is designed in a way that the machines, the algorithms, they are learning the human attitude. They are learning your attitude. They are learning of the things you like. They are learning of the things you want to see. So, for example, you may go to, if you operate on maybe on Google and you go do some searches and all that. Now, if you go to all those social media platforms, Google affiliate apps and all that, and you just by entering those other apps without even doing anything, in some cases, the app starts recommending some of the things or some of the answers that you were asking before that time. Maybe you went on Google and you searched for something, how can I make this? Now, after getting maybe your answers there, maybe the next place you go is YouTube, for example. I go on YouTube, the next videos you're seeing that are being recommended for you are how can I make that thing, or videos that relate to what you had searched for before. So you see that feeling of that personalized feed, that platform giving you what you are looking for, now makes it so difficult for you to break free from. So two people can be here and they logged in on a social media platform the same time. What they would see is different because there is a personalized feed. There are things that the machine or the system is learning of you, and immediately that system sees you, they want to show you those things. So when they start showing you those things, what do you end up doing? You end up moving from one to the other, from A to B, because these are the things you want to see. Now, the machine does not just stay and give you these things. The more you input your data on these platforms, the more you talk about certain things, the more you search, especially your searches, the more you search about certain things. That's why in most platforms you always hear of greater search insight. So, what you are searching for, most times these platforms will recommend those things to you because they are in business. And the more you see the things you want to see, the more you patronize the platform. That's the fourth reason why so many persons are glued to social media platforms. And it looks like it's very difficult for them to break free from that, or to not even break free, because social media has come to say, like, reduce the time you spend so you maybe can use your time to do other things. The fifth reason why people are glued, or you are glued to social media platforms, is for you to escape from certain feelings. Now, you can be in a particular mood, maybe sad, and you want to forget about the situation. You want to forget about that feeling that time. And the fastest place or the easiest place, especially if you have a smartphone, the easiest place and the closest place you can go to see things that would distract you, to make you go off that feeling, is social media. So when you go on social media and you start seeing, maybe you were sad, you start seeing funny videos, no matter how what happens, before you know, you start feeling different, you start enjoying yourself, you start laughing again. So try, especially maybe you go there and you maybe search for comic content. So before you know, you were sad before, but when you got on the platform, you are happy. Or maybe you are looking for something that will take you off that feeling. And you go there and you search and you start seeing somebody talking about that thing. Especially maybe you're searching for the reason why you are addicted to social media platforms. Have you ever searched for it? If you've ever searched for it, say yes on the comment section. If you've never, just say no on the comment section. But if you are also addicted in a way, if you are also addicted in a way, maybe you cannot even stay 24 hours without any of these platforms? Just say I am. If you are not, say I am not on the comment section. So if you followed me up till this point and you've not subscribed to this platform, click on the subscription button, like, comment, and share this video so many persons can learn of these things. Now, immediately you are able to see things that will take you out of that feeling, whether be it negative or whatever kind of feeling. You see that you want to stay there for as long as possible because you found a solution to your problem. You found relief in that platform. So you see, this is one very important reason why so many persons are glued on social media platforms. And immediately you see a solution to your problem somewhere today, the next day, if you have another problem, you are going to that same place because you know that you find a solution. Now, the sixth one is one serious factor why you are glued to social media platforms, and that is and it is called FOMO, FOMO, and that is fear of missing out. Now, you know how fast information move and how many things that happen in a matter of seconds and minutes and days, so that fear of what am I missing on this platform? What am I missing in this country? What news have I missed? What information have I missed? What has this my favorite actor done? What has this my artist done that I've not seen? That feeling of that fear of missing out on certain things, that fear of missing out various things on these platforms, that is what is still keeping you glued to that platform. Now, that fear ranges from one thing to the other, from A to B to C. These things are different for different persons. So for Mr. A, this is what you don't want to miss. For Mr. B, this is what you don't want to miss. So these various things that you don't want to miss are the things that are bringing you back, and you continue to come back to the platform to make sure that you are up to date, to make sure that you are seeing the things that you want to see. So when you analyze these things, for you to be able to break free or to reduce the time you spend on these platforms become difficult because that fear of missing out is already in your body. So if you're able to reduce that fear and say, no, if I create time, if I say, okay, I want to spend 1 hour, whatever I see on this platform, I'm done. Whatever I don't see. Or if you decide to, okay, on certain days, certain times, this is the time I want to spend on this platform. If I see anything, immediately you're able to start programming your mind. That's when you can reduce the time or break free from that addiction. But in as much as you still have that fear of missing out, you would never. You will keep going. And with that infinite scrolling feature on these apps, where the information that comes to you, these information are personalized because the machines are learning of your behavior. These informations are personalized, so you keep seeing them from one to the other. Now let's go to the last one, which is the seventh reason why you are glued to your social media platforms, or your neighbors, your friends, and all that, or your children. Maybe you want to talk to your children about how to work out. Maybe they are not taking their studies seriously, they are missing out on their assignments and all that because they are always on certain social media platforms and all that, and you want to talk them out of that habit so they'll be able to concentrate on their studies. Then this video, you need to show it to them. They need to know, or you need to explain to them why they are feeling the way they feel, and that's the only way they can work something out, either to cut the habit or to reduce the time they spend on these platforms. The seventh reason is about this hormone in our body that is called the feel good hormone, that hormone of pleasure. When this hormone is released in your body, you feel happy, you feel good, and all that. So these social media platforms are designed in a way to release that hormone. That hormone is called the dopamine hormone. Dopamine, dopamine hormone. So now, when you are on these platforms, they are designed in such a way that they will release that feel good hormone. So this hormone acts like all those recreational drugs, and like especially those that are into gambling. That feeling of that feeling of pleasure, that happy feel, that feeling of satisfaction. So immediately you are on these platforms, you start feeling good. And when you feel good, there is nothing that you feel good about that you would want to break free from, that you want to leave. So it will take a lot of discipline and a lot of action for you to say, oh, Do I love this thing? This thing is sweet. This thing makes me happy, makes me smile. But this is not really what I want to do at this time. Or this is not really what you should be doing at this time. These systems are designed in such a way that they will always help you to release this hormone, especially the notifications. When you start seeing the notifications, they start giving you that feeling. So because these feelings or because these notifications or these stuffs are personalized based on your attitude, based on your searches, based on what you want to see that the machine is learning of you. Anytime you see these notifications popping up, you always see that feeling of goodness, that feeling of happiness also popping up. And immediately that is happening on a constant, you will see that you will always be glued to this system. You will find it very difficult to leave that place. So you need to understand that I want to be doing this, I don't want to be doing this. This is what I want. You have to keep track of your time and schedule your activities. Make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing at a certain time. If you know you've learned something or you've achieved something beautiful from watching this video, make sure you subscribe to this channel, you like, you drop a comment, and share this video to your loved ones, share this video to everyone you come across, and they will have something to learn. They will be happy that you share this video with them. See you in the next video.